Hey everyone, Connie here with a random kind of surprise video. I apologize for that. My phone is dying. Let me just turn this off real quick. There we go. Anyways, so with the last season of MLP, I talked about these rumors that were circulating due to these supposed leaks. Rumors that the show was ending, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was ending with Season 9. And I talked about, I gave my thoughts on that, saying that you really couldn't trust it because of rumors, because it was unconfirmed, that it was just based on these leaks that really couldn't be trusted, even though a lot of the other stuff the leaks were talking about were proven true, rather. Yeah, it's untrustworthy information that you can't really view as being wholly accurate. But just today, the official verified MLP Facebook page posted this. Season 9 will be the last season of Friendship is Magic. But this is definitely not the end for My Little Pony. In fact, it's just the beginning. As we continue development for our all-new CGI movie, which has been announced to be coming out in 2021, by the way, we are dedicated to continuing our beloved stories told on multi-platforms, and in the coming months, we will be able to share our exciting new content plans that promise to entertain and delight our fans in more magical ways than ever before. Stay tuned for updates. So, in all of those times I talked about this, I also mentioned that if it does end up being the case, if Season 9 does end up being the final season, that I would accept it. That as long as they end it off well, I would accept it, because all shows do have to come to an end. And MLP's been going really strong since 2016. Sure, maybe the fandom isn't at the heights it was in 2012. Fair. But the show has still been going strong, and in my opinion, each season has been better than the last, especially in the recent years. Each season just continues to improve and improve on things, introduce a great bunch of new things and everything. And another thing I talked about in the past regarding this was whether or not I think it should end on Season 9. Because my thoughts were always, oh, they should wait till Season 10. It just makes more sense to round it out to a 10, a big number for that. Ending after a 9th season seems almost random. It would come across as more of a cancellation choice than an actual, solid decision. It just doesn't make sense. And on top of that, they have some legitimate storylines left open at this point. We have Chrysalis. We have that bitchy Philly chick from the end of last season, whose name I cannot think of at the moment. We have her and Tyrek still plotting in Tartarus, with the clear implication that they're going to come back. So there's both of those major villain focuses that we have to touch on still. And yes, we do have a premiere and a finale. But I just feel like it might be a little hard to fit both of those into the same season. I mean, if they do, they're either going to have to do one of two things. One of them is going to have to basically be nerfed. One of them is going to have to kind of be not necessarily nerfed in power, but importance. And honestly, at this point, I think that they'll probably do that with the Philly and Tyrek. They'll probably do that as a premiere thing, and then save Chrysalis for the finale. Because let's be honest, Chrysalis is a much bigger villain, a more popular villain, even though this Philly chick, I cannot think of her name. I need to look that up real quick. MLP Season 8 villain. I cannot think of her name at the moment. Cozy Glow, that's it. Yeah, Cozy Glow and Tyrek while Cozy Glow is very popular, people actually really liked her as a villain. While Tyrek is very popular, Chrysalis easily outranks them both put together. Chrysalis is probably the most popular villain, and that even includes like just general antagonists in the series. Chrysalis is extensively popular, and she's never stopped being so. Whenever she appears, people like are super hyped for it, and I mean, I see why. I like Chrysalis too. But yeah, they're probably going to have to end up making Tyrek and Cozy Glow the villains for the premiere, while having Chrysalis for the finale. Or the second option would be to kind of put them all together. Chrysalis along with Tyrek and Cozy Glow, which at that point might end up having the same issue that a lot of people found with Spider-Man 3 from the Sam Raimi trilogy. The issue of just too many things going on, too many villains, too much to focus on, and just not enough time to do it. Another thing that if they're going to bring back Tyrek, and it's very implied that they will they ever get to having his brother in this? Like, we had a very small like glimpse at Scorpion through like this storybook kind of situation, but we never actually got to see him in the show itself. A final battle against Tyrek and I guess Cozy Glow as well would be a good point to maybe bring in Scorpion. Maybe have our ponies, our heroes, and our princesses who know Scorpion having to call upon him again in order to stop Tyrek once and for all. I think that would honestly be a good chance for that, but again, they have so much to really do with this final season. We still haven't seen Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon since their redemption. If in this final season, if they do not have a noteworthy role at some point in a CMC episode, I will be pissed. Because they had so much potential following their redemption, and so far, it's been thrown away. In the past 3 seasons after they were redeemed, it's been completely done nothing with. But that's... And then there's the entire Scootaloo thing with whether or not she can or cannot fly. Whether or not she ever will be able to. Some people still see her as an allegory for crippled people. And then there's the entire family thing with her as well, by the way. There's so many things that need to be really touched on, and I just don't feel like they're going to. And this post said that there's still going to be content. There's the 2021 movie, which honestly we don't even know if that's going to be Gen 4. There's rumors that it's going to actually be for Gen 5, since these same leaks about Season 9 being the final season also supposedly had some Gen 5 stuff in them. And supposedly said Gen 5 was coming like only a couple years after the end of Gen 4. So could this movie be like kicking Gen 5 off, maybe? It's possible. The fact that it's going to be CG instead of like regular hand-drawn animation or whatnot is also kind of different. So it's possible it could be a new generation kicking off with a movie, which would be interesting. And my thoughts on Gen 5, if Gen 5 ends up being good, it ends up being good. I'll definitely check it out. And if it ends up being bad, then, oh well, at least we still have Gen 4. We'll always have Gen 4. Even though it will end, we'll always have it. We'll always have it to look back fondly on. But yeah, the point is, it is confirmed now. This is the official verified account of the My Little Pony brand. And we're still going to get some like shorts or whatnot here and there, some Equestria Girl stuff here and there. But this is, I think, definitive proof that Friendship is Magic as a series, as a televised series, is ending this year. And I won't lie, I'm sad about it. Very much so. Ever since I discovered this series in 2013, it's been huge for me. It's been one of my favorite shows, and it's legitimately and literally saved my life from depression and suicide attempts. So this series means a lot to me. So of course it's sad. It's horribly sad that it's going. But again, I knew it couldn't last forever. That's obvious. And as long as they make this final season good, that's the most I could hope for. Yes, I want certain things to happen. And I think it will be a problem for the series as a whole if they don't. But honestly, the best I can hope for right now, the best I can ask for, is that this final season ends up being good. That it continues what we've gotten with the past seasons, continues to have great episodes, great stories, and ends off in a satisfying way. That is all I can truly hope for. And if it doesn't answer some of our burning questions, if it doesn't close out some certain plot lines, then honestly, there's nothing we can do about it. Complaining and everything, while valid, it's not going to change anything. And we'll just have to go from there and have our own headcanons and whatnot. The point I'm making this video, like the real point I'm making this video, isn't just because I wanted to discuss this, isn't just because I thought this was something worthy to discuss as a big fan of the show. The big, real reason I'm making this video is because the Brony fandom, when it truly, truly became a thing, erupted. It came out of nowhere. And it's done things that people would have never thought possible. I mean, just its existence is something people would have never considered. It's not only saved me, it's saved so many people. And it's done more than that. This fandom has raised charity money. Amazing amounts of money for some amazing charities. It's helped people when they've needed it most. It's been there for people who have not had anyone or anything for them otherwise. We've come together and connected in ways that no other fandom has ever been able to do. Not even the other big fandoms like Star Trek or Star Wars or even just the general anime fandom. I have never seen a fandom come together like I have with this one. And there's a specific example I want to bring up. So a new convention happened like just the other week in Dallas, Texas. It was called HarmonyCon. It was a brand new first-year convention for the Brony fandom. And on the first night, like late night, but still during the convention, everyone was forced to leave the hotel that the convention was taking place in. People were put out on the streets, and the SWAT team was called in because there was a bomb threat. Not only a bomb threat, but a hostage threat. And though it seems to have ended up being fake, it put so many people out. So many people were literally put out onto the streets in the cold, having to deal with this because of these horrible threats. And you know what they did? They didn't cry or whine. They laughed about it, and they came together. Purple Tinker, the creator of BronyCon, the premier MLP convention, which is having its final year this year, Purple Tinker went out of her way to make sure that people were kept warm, that they were fed, that they were safe. Another hotel brought people into its lobbies and stuff to help out during this situation. Others, from various sources, would invite people to their rooms in other hotels, would offer up food, drink, warmth, and safety. And when everything was good and done, we saw how this fandom came together in a time of need. We saw how they rose up, went beyond, And they prove to me why this is the best fandom I've ever been a part of. Not because of the cool art. Not because of the awesome conventions and cosplays. Not because of the animations or fan videos or any of that. It's because of the community. And that's why I'm making this video. Because the show is ending this year. And even if we've got maybe a year or two left of other content related to the franchise before we move into a 5th generation, we'll always have this. This fandom isn't dying. BronyCon may be on its last year, but so many other cons are going to continue. So many other cons are still popping up, like HarmonyCon. The fan artists are going to continue being fan artists. The animators, the fan voice actors, they're going to still keep doing their work. And sure, a lot of them will move on to other projects, to other fandoms, but we'll still have that connection. I have made some of my best friends through this fandom. I have met so many wonderful people. I've gotten a chance to meet so many amazing voice actors. I met Tara Strong. Tara fucking Strong. One of the greatest voice actors in history because of this fandom. And you know what? I'm okay with it ending. I am okay with it coming to a close. Because while the show does end, again, this fandom will persist. And even if Generation 5 ends up being good and we do move on to that and start to love the new characters or the redesigns for characters or whatever they end up doing, that doesn't mean that Generation 4 won't still hold a place in our hearts, and that doesn't mean we won't remember it for years and years to come, for the rest of our lives. This show means so much to all of us, and we're not just going to throw it away because the show is ending. We're going to continue to be fans. We will always be fans. I have these figures. These artistic pieces. This Pez dispenser. The Cutie Mark Crusaders emblem necklace. You can see my docky here. Many posters along the wall. You have plushies up there. And even one over there. And so much more. This fandom means a lot to me. It means everything to me. Like I said, it saved my life. I'll never forget it. I'll never leave it. And I hope you don't either. Because, just like with HarmonyCon, we need to continue to rise up and be strong. We need to continue to show the kindness, the honesty, the generosity, the laughter, the loyalty, and the magic of friendship every day of our lives. We need to continue to be lights in a dark world to those who need it. We need to go out into those other fandoms, whether it be for shows like Steven Universe, whether it be for comics like Batman, or movie franchises like the MCU. We need to go out into these fandoms, and we need to be those lights for people. The lights that others were for us. I'm making this video because I need to. Because I want to. because this fandom deserves it. This fandom needs a reminder that we can be sad. We can wallow over this show being on its last legs, or we can make its legacy known. And I don't know about you, but I'm on board for the second option. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being part of this fandom, for watching my reactions to this show. Obviously, Season 9, we will be doing reactions. And when that final episode comes, you know I'm going to cry. Just like I kind of am now. But you also know that it's just the beginning. That it's not truly the end of anything, as long as we don't let it be. So thank you so much. And for now, and forever, I'm Connie. I am a Brony, or a Pegasister, whichever term you prefer. And though for now I'm signing off, I will be one forever. See y'all next time.